We're back on the People Chronicles with Al Petrecca, very humorous on and off the screen. But when I spent a few moments talking to you before our interview, Al, we were joking around here and there for a little bit, and you were also telling me, which you didn't talk about, that you write books.
Yes.
Which I was not aware of, which
Yes.
is very interesting. And we were talking about you losing your kidney.
Yes.
And the fact that you feel as though you do have a purpose being here, which reminds me of a book I read from Rick Warren, The Purpose-Driven Life.
Yes.
And every day when I wake up, I kind of ask myself that same question, okay, what's the purpose today? So the fact that you are an author of many books?
3 books.
Three books. And
yeah.
what are these books about? What is the purpose of the books?
Well, you can go, they're online. You can go to lifebytheword.com. We have a website that has them there. They're read all over the country. They're read all over the world. They're called The Glory Stealer. One's called Writings of a Christian Madman at 40, and the last one's called Whispers of Wisdom. And their whole thing is to basically explain how God has changed my life and how the Lord has changed me from the inside out. And it's to give people hope. And these were written way before my surgery, way before my, with my divorce. They were written to basically thank God for all that he has done for me as a man, and to help others know that, where the real strength and power comes from. So, I get hits from Japan and China because they have to enter the country, Belgium,
Right.
Germany, Russia. It's amazing. And they send emails. And like I got an email once from Dakota, from a girl from North Dakota, and she said, your book changed my life. I was about to give up. And you don't know when you're sitting 2 o'clock in the morning writing this if it's ever going to affect anybody. I always want to be a singer, get that immediate response, or an actor, go to the theater and watch yourself hear the audience. But when you're a writer, it's 2 o'clock on a January cold day and you're writing a chapter, you don't know whose life you're going to affect unless you get some kind of, an email back or some kind of text or whatever. So it was a powerful revelation to know that you can make a difference all over the world.
Let me ask you a question about your faith and how strong it is. And when you found out that you had cancer, did you ever say, why? Why me? Like, why would you do this to me?
Well, at first you're angry. At first you're scared. At first you're hurt. But I had realized in my life that everything happens for a reason. God doesn't make mistakes. And there was a lot of good that came out of it. A lot of people focus on the negativity, but like I said, there was a lot of special moments. My family came down from Jersey. It probably was the last good time I had with my estranged wife. Close time. So when you look at things in life, it's try not to focus on all the negativity. I know in this country we have right now, there's a lot of broken marriages. There's a lot of people losing their homes with the recession just coming out of it. As a businessman, I've seen this. I witness it every day. But you have a choice every day. You can look from the trees that you can't eat from, or you can look from the tree that you can't eat from, or the trees you do have in your life. There's always something good in your life that you can be thankful for, whether it's your health, your children, your husband or wife. And it's a matter of choice what you look for to give you that attitude to help make a difference in your day. And I believe life is living day to day. So.
Does it bother you when you hear people complain about their everyday worries and woes and snow days and traffic? And how does that affect you when you see just a little teeny tiny problem of theirs and the things that you've gone through? Do you ever just want to shake them and say, are you out of your mind?
Well, now I hear that a lot, but I always tell all my friends now, and I tell them, go home every day, tell your wife how much you love her or your girlfriend or whatever. Take her to her favorite restaurant. I don't care if the electric bill's not paid, like you were saying, something little, if there's money issues, if there's whatever issues. Embrace the moment of the good things in your life that are there. I don't judge people because I was once that type of person because everything had to be perfect for me, and I'm a type A personality, but I realized that there's no perfection in this life. It's a matter of being grateful for what you do have. And I mean, I've been through some horrible times that sometimes I've been so sad and in despair. I had to go to a prayer center and ask for them to pray for me 24 hours a day because I was so hurt and devastated. But God showed up, and I learned that it's not what Al Petrecca can do anymore, because Al Petrecca is just one man. It's what God can do through Al Petrecca, what's the Lord Jesus can do through people. And he saved my life, and I mean, I have my battles every day still, but I learned to not take it on myself. I give it to him, and it takes all the pressure off. It's like a loving father, you know?
And we were talking about the idea of waking up every morning, or even going to bed with that clear mind and open heart. And when you wake up in the morning, the purpose that you are to have for the next, 12, 13, 14 hours as you're walking through your day, what is the purpose going to be?
Right. I mean, there's an awareness factor in that. I ask God every day to show me, to bless every encounter. I don't believe there's any mistakes or there's any coincidences, there's any luck. Every encounter in our life there's a meaning to it, whether it's good or bad. It's to teach us something and to learn. And I've been humbled I thought I was humble enough, but this year has showed me the power of being broken. And when you're broken as a person of your strength, that actually becomes a blessing, because then you can rely more on the Lord for your strength. And he's a lot more powerful than we are. And he has to take us to that place. Our egos have to, we can't be easing God out. We have to ease him in. And it's very easy to get caught up in life. It's very easy to turn away from that and live a life of discontent or not being happy. So I've learned to appreciate the little things in life.
And there's always someone that we all know, or someone that may be listening that has cancer, know someone who's affected by this horrible disease, and, wishing and praying and hoping for a cure. But what is it that we can say to them that will kind of calm them or ease them or make them feel a little bit better and give them, an awakening every morning and give them a purpose when they wake up?
Well, for the person who has it, just get the right treatments, stay with your doctor, do what they tell you. For the people that surround them, just understand how scared people are that have this. Just because it's removed, it's been diagnosed, and even if you get the point of remission, like I had, and say you're cancer-free, it's never the same, because you don't know. It changes you forever. You don't know. So the people that are around you, just keep supporting that individual and being positive, because it's hard to come back from. It really is. It really is, when you're laying on that bed and you're recuperating, and it's a 2-month process, maybe longer, and maybe people are under chemo. And just try to understand, like, it's hard to put yourself. It's a situation that you can't imagine until you're actually in it. So you can say, I understand, but there's no way you can understand it. There's no way I could ever have understood it until it actually happened. So I have great empathy for people who went through it. So, a nice visit to the hospital, a nice visit at home, a card, a phone call, a text can really make a difference in somebody's day. It can change their life. And I think that's something that would be helpful to people who have others who have suffered from this.
Did you come across people that kind of separated themselves from you while you were going through this time of, the treatments or going through cancer?
Yep.
They just kind of got scared in their own little way. That was how they dealt with it.
Yeah, 3 or 4 people that I loved didn't even contact me, and I went to them. So, I was watching Jim Valvano's story, and he had the same thing happen to him. He actually had to go to his kids and talk to them, because they weren't, not that they were bad or mad, they were scared. And I learned that this disease or this sickness, I went to people and said, it's okay. Because I wanted to make sure that if anything had ever happened to me and I didn't make it through this, that they didn't feel guilty. I understood the pain that they were in. I understand how fearful they were. So I didn't want them to live their life with guilt or regret. I wanted to free them of that, because it was that serious. So I went to them. I said, it's okay. I'm not mad at you. And so I learned a lot about how other people, perceive things.
And you talked about forgiveness. That was one of the things that you thought was really important to you when they told you had cancer. Was that hard for you to do? And remember, this person did that, and I need to go back to them, and hopefully they'll understand this. But what was forgiveness for you?
Well, when we forgive others, and forgiveness is a choice. Reconciliation is a 2-person choice to a relationship. So forgiveness is a self-choice. You could always forgive somebody, but you might not reconcile with them because they don't want to reconcile with you. But I made sure that I was suffering inside from not forgiving certain people. I still do. My carnal side, my flesh, it wars against the spirit. The spirit wants us to forgive and go forgive, but the pride doesn't allow us. But when you have something where you know you may not be here next week. I didn't know if I would be there the following Friday. So I said, you know what? That changes me, because I got to hang in here. I got to say to people what I have to say, because I heard it once, an unspoken heart is a heavy heart. So I learned in life, if I love somebody, I'm going to tell them I love them, even if they hate my guts. Okay, I'm going to say I love you, and I love you with all my heart, because you free yourself. So it's powerful. Forgiveness is like the Lord forgives us for what we do. So He calls us to forgive one another in the Bible, and it's not an easy thing to actually go out and do, though. It's very hard, but sometimes it takes really devastating, life-threatening situations to make us realize, wait a second, if I don't do this now, I might not have a chance. And those can be the most powerful moments in our life. And also, you can change you from the inside out to live the rest of your life like that. So, I mean, I have people now who don't like me so much, or like I said, I go to them and tell them I love them. I said, I don't like what you do, but I love you, and there's a difference.
You wear your heart on your sleeve and you have an open book, right?
Yeah, because, go home at night and love the people that are in your life, and go and don't give up. I know some of you might be out there struggling. Turn to God, turn to your higher power, turn to the Lord, because don't give up. And I've been at the point of almost giving up, but when you reach that point and you get delivered from it, you have a new lease on life, and you can make a difference in other people's life. And maybe that is my purpose. Maybe that's why God kept me alive, to let others know that you can be a positive influence through a tragedy.
Can we bottle you up, Al? I like what you have to say. I like what I'm learning here today.
Well, you want to read my book, you go read The Glory Stealer. It's on lifebytheword.com.
And that was the last book that you had just written? Okay.
Yeah, read that, lifebytheword.com. Read The Glory Stealer, but that was before the surgery. So
right. You going to write another story?
Yeah, my next book's probably going to be Wounded Soldier. And it's about being a Christian soldier for the Lord, but wounded soldier. So I got that title about a week ago. So hopefully God will give me the strength to write that.
All right. Well, we wish you well, and we thank you so very much for joining us and sharing your story today on the People Chronicles. Do you have a website?
Well, we have myhometownpa.com. You can go to that to check out the business. And like I said, you can go to lifebytheword.com and check out the books in the ministry there. You'll see my face on there.
All right. Thank you so very much.
All right. Thank you. It was an honor to be here.
I'm Jackie Hoffman, along with Al Petrecca on the People Chronicles.